You may be photo ready, but your home is not. You're ready to move, but your home needs some help before doing photos and videos. How much time should you spend? What's the ROI? Is it worth it to get your home photo ready? Today's episode of How to Sell Your Atlanta Home with Sage and Grace, Smart Homeowner Strategies, Successful Real Estate Sales. We have special guest Casey McClintic, owner of Urban Marketing Edge. He's elevating real estate and marketing excellence. We'll be diving into the critical role that professional photos and videos play in maximizing your home's exposure and value. Selling a home isn't just about putting up a for sale sign. It's about strategy, marketing, and negotiation. But how do you know if you're making the right moves? I'm Judy Jernigan, recognized among the top 5% by the Atlanta Realtors, and your host of How to Sell Your Atlanta Home with Sage and Grace, Smart Homeowner Strategies, Successful Real Estate Sales. With a background in broadcasting, negotiation, and education, I bring a unique perspective to home sales, helping homeowners sell faster, for top dollar, and with less hassle, while understanding not just the financial side, but also the logistical and emotional considerations of a move. This show helps you plan ahead, navigate the market, and work more effectively with a realtor like me. You'll get expert insights from my guests, plus real actionable strategies to sell with confidence. Now, here's the show, moving you forward with sage advice and grace. Casey McClintic is the owner and founder of Urban Marketing Edge. We're so excited to have him join us today. Casey, why are professional photos and videos so important when selling a home?
First impressions matter. So, just like anything else, when you are looking for a home, if it snags your attention in the first, 3 to maybe 10 seconds, then you're interested and you're drawing that person in. But just like everything else in our digital world, if we don't have grab someone in that 3 seconds, they're scrolling past and looking at the next one.
For sure. 100% of people are home buyers are shopping online,
Mhm.
and they're looking at those photos. Online is the main thing they're looking at. They're not reading a lot of the fine print. I can write the best description about the lifestyle you're going to have living in this home, but if the pictures don't put the best foot forward for a property, it's not going to do any good.
It's all about opportunities. It's if you do the work in the right places, it opens up more opportunities to show that you are doing the work in more places, and it gives more opportunities, and it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're drawing someone in.
So you have years of experience taking real estate photos and videos. So what are the right places? Where should people be spending their time?
People should be spending their time in the kitchen and the living room and the master bedroom. We've kind of figured out where people like to spend the majority of their time. Of course, curb appeal matters. So that first photo is going to be the
Yes.
the game changer, and that needs to draw someone in, especially if they're coming to see the home.
Mhm.
That work isn't lost. You're not just doing that work for the photos, you're doing it for the showings as well.
Yes.
But this really boils down to return on investment, and if you are putting the time into making your home presentable and a good buyer is interested in that, and you're showing that the home is well maintained, and it just makes the whole experience so much better. You've seen the
Yes.
same thing with marketing. If you do the marketing correctly, then your clients are way more comfortable with you, and it's a smoother transaction all throughout.
Yes. So curb appeal is definitely something the ROI is there. It's going to help you, as you said, with real life showings when people come by, but it's also going to help with those photos. So definitely worth time, money, energy spending outside. And then you said kitchens and the primary bedroom, living room.
Living room. So when I say spending time on those areas, I mean we want to look at lighting. Lighting is very important to show that the home is fun and welcoming. We want to declutter. A lot of people kind of make the mistake of having all of my things out in the living room or all of my things out in the kitchen. And if your real estate agent says, "No, that's fine. We'll just shoot around it." That's not fine. You have to do those things. And your real estate photographer, and kind of an industry standard, just so you know, we do move things around a little bit. I generally stick to a 4 item rule, unless it is in the living room, then it's like a 7 item rule. But if it's more than that, and it's kind of a lost cause because we're in a hurry, we're trying to get it done and shot. And of course, we want the home to be presented, but we're also not professional cleaners. So there's
Right.
a fine line between that. And the homeowner, if they do the preparation before the photographer gets there, turning on lights, making sure all the light bulbs are on, making sure that everything is picked up and tidy, then it just makes for an amazing experience all throughout.
Yes, those are good tips for homeowners to do ahead of time. Lights, open the curtains, open the
Yeah.
blinds. So mistakes, you mentioned mistakes of just having too many things out. Like some people are thinking, "Oh, I'm staging. I'm going to set the table with a zillion pieces of dishes and tablecloths and,
Hmm.
and layer upon layer." And that may not be the best idea for photos. What other mistakes do you see people make?
I see some people, they kind of make the mistake of this is more of like the bathrooms area too. We have to photograph. I understand that we're living in the home still most of the time. We have to photograph the bathrooms and things, and that was one of the areas where I don't like to move things around too much. Um, so yes, we are going to invade your privacy a little bit, and you have to think cognizantly of the people that are looking at your home are also going to invade your privacy a little bit in terms
Yeah,
of like,
they want to see how big the closet is.
yeah, they want to see how big the closet is.
So they're gonna open the closet door. And yeah, in the bathroom, be it getting ready for your photographer or getting ready for showings, you need to put all the stuff away. Put everything in bins, boxes underneath the sink. We don't need anything really on the countertops to speak of.
Yep.
So do you think that high quality photos impact the perceived value of a home?
Absolutely. There is a price point I think where and in the Atlanta market we are past that price point now where cell phone photos just will not do.
Yeah.
At once upon a time, 5, 6 years ago, when we were looking at the $100,000 to $200,000 home price range, then yeah, maybe cell phone pictures were okay. But in this market, we are not in that world anymore. There's no $200,000 homes available. We're looking at 500,000, 700,000. And it really comes down to the real estate agent and the photographer, you working in synchronous to market this property. And if you have a all-star play or all-star team working with you, then the home's going to get sold so much faster. And that
Yes.
includes a good stager, if it is the price point is appropriate, a good photographer for the media kit, a really great, fantastic real estate agent to make sure it gets out and syndicated to everywhere. It is a team effort. Everyone needs to play their part, and the seller themselves, they have to participate a little bit, especially if it is a well lived in home. That we have to kind of make adjustments to suit the modern day buyer.
Right. I saw a listing recently, originally listed at 1.3 million with unprofessional photos.
Hmm.
And it makes me angry. I was like, how could that home seller think that that was a good idea to not have well framed, well lit professional photos showing off the really big, really pretty property? And it hasn't sold yet. And they keep lowering the price and lowering the price. I'm like, eek, you need better photos.
It really comes down to an investment. So you think a good photographer, they're gonna have that upfront cost, but also think about resale down the road. In 3 to 5, maybe 7 years, you want to sell your home. If they look at the comparables of years past, they're not gonna see the photos that you took. They're only gonna see the price point that it brought and how many days on the market it was, and they're gonna think, "Oh,
Yes.
this home was rough at one point." And we don't
Yeah.
want that to show in the history.
Yeah, and it may not even be true. It was
Mhm.
just bad pictures. We've talked a lot about photos. What about videos? Are videos important for selling homes these days?
It is, especially if the real estate agent knows how to use video correctly in their marketing. So, when you think of it this way, the photos show the home in its entirety and it speaks 1,000 words for each photo. It gives people like the opportunity to kind of imagine themselves inside the home with a video, a well shot video, and I would say that there's two versions of this. There is the sensational social media video
Hmm.
where it's very snappy and upbeat, and that kind of gets in front of the audience and in front of the masses. And then there's the slower, more lifestyle-esque and showing the flow of the home. So it kind of gives people the opportunity to go, this is where everything is.
Right.
So just like the 3D tours they give you a really good sense of where everything is, but you have to remember a video is a little bit more easily accessible by majority of people
Yeah.
versus those 3D tours require a little bit more
A 3D tour, you're talking a brand name is Matterport, that sort of thing?
Matterport. Yeah.
They'll do like a dollhouse view where you can zoom in then, and yeah,
Hmm.
those they take more work. You have to proactively be clicking and looking around, and they're great fun and a good it can make sense to be part of a marketing strategy. But yes, to your point, people can just lean back, watch the video, get a feel for the flow, what is where, because the still photos don't really show you how the rooms are connected like a video can.
Right. It also gives the real estate agent an opportunity to kind of sell the home a little bit in terms of
Yes,
talking about key features.
let's talk about storytelling.
Storytelling is very important because a home to some people is just an investment. To most, it is there's their life, and
Yes,
that is where they're going to create their stories. And you have to tell the story of the home for people to emotionally connect with that home. I also want to talk about amenities and the lifestyle outside of the home. In your photo package and your videos, it shouldn't just stop at the property line. It should continue to the community amenities.
for
It
sure.
should we should talk about the overview, a drone photo of like the overall scope of the community, where it's close to, things like that.
Right, where it's proximity to other things, the not just that neighborhood has to offer, but even the town and the city surrounding it that's
Hmm.
nearby. Very important part of the selling the lifestyle that will come with living in that home.
Very much.
Any other stories or anecdotes as you've had many, many years helping people get their homes ready for photos and videos?
Oh, I have so many stories. So some of them good, some of them bad. So when you are a seller and you're thinking, I'm going to sell my home, it is very important that you put yourself in the viewer of a brand new person walking in, someone that doesn't know you. They don't really want to know you. They want to look at the home, and that's what you're trying to present. There was one time when I was in Southwest Florida doing photography, and it was a 55 and older community, and when I walked in the home, it was beautiful. It was immaculate. This woman had taken care of this home very well, and the reason that she was selling it was her husband had passed away recently, and she was a little upset about it, but she was just ready to move on and move closer to her kids and her grandkids. And it was very common in that
Right.
area. Um, the photo shoot went extremely well, and so we got to the master bedroom, and the master bedroom, it had from floor to ceiling a mural of her and her late husband in their 20s, exploring the jungles of Africa or some sort, and they were not well clothed, and there was no way to shoot this
Oh,
master
wow.
bedroom without getting this mural because it was behind the bed. And
Wow.
I called the real estate agent and I was like, "Sir, have you seen the master bedroom?" And he was like, "No, what's going on?" And I sent him a photo and he was like, "I'm scheduling a painter." And
Oh,
she was
wow.
very distraught that they wanted we landed on putting coating, or like some wainscoting, and like I don't know if that's called wainscoting,
Mhm,
but it
yeah,
was,
like a beadboard to
yep.
cover it, but it's still there behind the
Mhm.
beadboard, the unclothed people in the jungle.
Yep.
Oh.
So whoever bought this property, and when you're going to remodel and you're done with this accent wall, I'm so sorry, you're in for a treat.
Oh, wow. I love that. Um, we can't make this stuff up. So we talked about let's do some real quick final tips. A home seller tomorrow, their photographer is coming. What all should they be doing tonight to get ready for pictures and videos? We're going to open up all the blinds. We're going to open the curtains, make sure all the lights are light and bright and airy. They're going to pre-pack all their collections, get the countertops cleaned off. What am I forgetting? Make the
um,
bed.
Make the bed. Make sure your children's rooms are picked up. That's teenage boys. I used to be one. Listen, pick up your clothes. um, Also, weapons and or like knife collections. If you have a lot of specific, like a collector's, if you're a collector of a certain item, but we love your collection and we would love to see it, but there is a time and place, and
Valuables,
that
yeah.
needs to
You may
be
not
put
want
away.
valuables in your photos and videos.
Hmm.
Even really expensive piece of wall art, which may look stunning and look really nice and enhance the home. If it's something really valuable, you may not want that in the photos and videos. You may go ahead and
Hmm.
want to take that down and put up something else. All right. Thank you. Where can people find you?
So you can search my name, CaseyMcClintic.com, or Urban Marketing Edge, and you will find my website very easily.
Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for joining us on How to Sell Your Atlanta Home with Sage and Grace. I'm Judy Jernigan, and I love helping homeowners sell smarter with less stress and better results. Who do you know with real estate questions? Please connect us so we can make confident, well-informed decisions and get the best possible outcomes together. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. It helps more homeowners get the smart strategies they need for a successful sale. Head to sageandgracere.com to learn more about working with me and the Sage and Grace real estate team. Explore all our show episodes, and when you're ready, book a chat directly with me, Judy Jernigan, moving you forward with sage advice and grace.